back to Slim Comics some more. So today I am doing the Batman Community Tag event. So this one started out by Tylox The Mighty. So I will leave his description down below in the description box, and hope you guys go and sub him up. And he's a great guy in the community as well. So he started this community tag. He reached out to me and he asked me if I wanted to do this community tag event on Hush, and I told him I'll be glad to do it. So I am going to do issue 609. So 609 is the second installment, and for the first installment, the first issue is 608, and it started out by ComicFoo 2814. So I will leave his description down in the description box as well. And yeah, let's get started. So Hush, Batman Hush started out in 608, so it started out around 2002, and it lasted all the way up to 2003. So 608 to 619, and you have a great story by Jeff Loeb and Jim Lee, a great artist. I love his artwork. And you have the lettering from Richard Starkling, and you have the colors by Alex Sinclair. So yeah, Jeff Loeb, great writer, and I believe this is one of the best story arcs that he's ever done. And you have Jim Lee, one of the best artists in the industry. So this one, it begins here. This is 608. And this is 609, so this is the one I will be doing. I will review 609. You got 610, all great covers by Jim Lee. You got 611, 612 here, nice Superman cover. 613, got Harley Quinn there. This one here, 614. Nice Joker cover. 615. This one got Nightwing on it. And 616. 617. 618. Skeleton Robin there, and you got 619. So 619, you got two different wraparound covers, and this is, I believe that was the Heroes cover, and this is a Villains cover. Both are wrapped around covers or fold out covers. And I also picked up, this is the volume 1 of the hardcover, and this is volume 2. Great artwork, love Jim Lee's artwork. And I also have the 608 second printing. Alright, so let's get started on issue 609. Alright, so let's look at the cover here. You got, this is Batman 609. And it's just a beautiful cover of Batman in middle with Catwoman on his left side and Poison Ivy on his right side. And it's inked by Scott Williams. It's a great cover. If I were to rate this out of 0 to 10, I would rate this as a 10. And look at that, on you got some cat, you got two cats on the right side there. Girls Night Out. Yeah, it's just a nice, beautiful cover by Jim Lee. Alright, so let's get to the book. So, I am going to use the hardcover. So this is volume 1, and it starts right off here. So this is the end of 608, and this is the beginning of 609. You see Batman lying on the floor there, helpless, and looks like he's paralyzed. And looks like these guys are in the alley, and they're trying to find out if he's dead or not, or dead or alive. And he was able to press his utility belt to alert her, meaning alert Barbara. And if only I could tell her, Barbara, it's Crime Alley. So he fell into Crime Alley. Barbara was able to call out for help, and tell them that he is in the north end and everybody in the area. And these guys are trying to take off his mask. But when this guy tried to take off his mask, his mask opens up and shoots out some gas onto this guy. And this guy, the guy that got gas, he can't see. So this guy here with the pipe, he's trying to hit Batman, but then he gets electrocuted. And you see down here, this is H. I'm in the area. And this guy here with the gun, there's only one way to deal with a freak like this. Here he says, okay, is there anybody else in the area? And in this bullet, thanks for the vote of confidence. Alright, so just before this guy is about to blow Batman's head off, you see a figure here in the dark riding a motorcycle with a cape. And this guy got hit in the head with a boot. And next panel, you see it's Huntress. And chapter 2. So step away while you still can. So this is the Huntress on the motorcycle. Alright, next page. So while she is beating up the bad guys here, Batman looks like he can see her. After all we've been through, she still fights for my life. That's what it says on the bullet there. She beats up the guy, but she gets knocked down by this guy. And she takes her staff, and she falls right in front of Batman. Says, "Damn you, not going down, not in front of you." So then she gets up, she whacks the guy in the head, and punches him in the mouth. And Batman's talking about her, saying so much rage. Not sure I ever saw it before. All right, next page, you see the blue bullet there. It says she's better than she knows. So Batman is actually talking about her and talking about how she is fighting. And then she beats up all the guys, so much like I was when I started out. So she's kind of like Batman when she started out. And then over here in this panel, it says no wonder the others haven't accepted her. And then he says have to speak to Dick about, and then you see the screech of the Batmobile coming, and the car is on auto mode. So it's on auto mode relay that came by, and the door opens and Huntress puts Batman in the car, and she asks, is there anything else that she can probably help? So then the door closes, car screeches out. I'm sure when he can, he'll want to thank you himself. This is me holding my breath. So you see Huntress getting on her bike and rides off. And then you have the first look at a mysterious character on the rooftop there. Without friends, no one would choose to live, though he had all other goods. So that image there is kind of like the first cameo appearance of Hush. And this one here, this is when Poison Ivy goes to kind of like a warehouse. It's all dark, and she asks for some light. And then this guy here, is this my half of the money? And she said yes. And what about Catwoman? And she says no problem. Batman, however, will. And then the light comes on and she says hello, and the guy's gone with the money. Alright, so next panel, you see a nice big splash of the Batcave, and you see Bruce here lying on the operating table while Alfred is trying to patch him up. He's talking to Barbara about getting some more help, and Barbara's probably thinking about calling Chandra Consolving. But Alfred is saying that she's not right in her head. And in this panel here, Alfred is trying to do the necessary arrangements to explain Bruce's condition. And Barbara is thinking Dick can probably crash the Porsche and make it look like an accident. Alright, so on this next page, so what you have here, you have Batman tapping, and Alfred thought it was a involuntary nerve response, but it's not. So Bruce is actually doing Morse code. So Bruce is still alert, and he was able to do some Morse code, and he tapped out getting Thomas. So Thomas Elliot. And Alfred was able to decipher what Bruce was talking about, and he wanted Thomas Elliot. And then Barbara's asking, "Who is Thomas Elliot?" Someone whose name I haven't heard in a very long time. And down here it says, "Alfred, if I could smile." Onto this page here. So this page here, you have the newspaper, and this is then they're talking about the fatal wreck of Bruce Wayne, and then you see it down at the bottom. Wayne Tech tumbled today in the reaction of the accident. So they fabricated an accident. All right, so onto this panel here. So you have Bruce Wayne on the operating table, and they're waiting for Thomas Elliot. Thomas Elliot is actually a doctor, a brain surgeon, and you see him talking, "Bruce, if you wanted to get together after all this time, you didn't have to try to kill yourself to do it." So then onto this next page here. This is a flashback. Love the art style of this page here. A nice flashback. So you have Bruce Wayne and you have Tommy Elliot there. They're playing some kind of like a strategy game. Looks like some kind of like a chess game or so. And then they're talking to each other, and Tommy Elliot is actually saying, "I know what you're doing, Tommy. You want to make me second guess my move. Actually, I'm offering to save your life. Just try not to kill me." Then there, "You always do this, Bruce. You always attack without knowing your opponent's weakness." And then in this panel, "As long as you can't think like me, you've never beat me." And in this panel, Bruce says, "But I can always think like you." You got me. Then you see hands at the top balcony here, and this is, I believe, Bruce's parents, and they're talking about them, and that it's like they're brothers. You see Thomas and Martha here. This is, I believe, Bruce's parents, and they're actually saying that Bruce Lee finally found a best friend, the kind you know your entire life. All right, and then back to the operating table. So it looks like Tommy Elliot is actually done with the operation. And he's saying to that doctor, "I think you can handle it from here." So then he goes out to the reporters. He says, "Well, I don't know if Mr. Wayne will ever play the violin again, but I think it's safe to say that." And then down here it says, "Wayne out of danger." And then this is the last page here. So you have somebody holding a newspaper. "We make war." And then Bruce is actually talking in the blue bubbles here, saying that, "I barely survived the fall. Had it not been for Tommy, had it not been for Alfred, had it not been for Huntress, had it not been for Oracle, had it not been that someone cut the bat rope." In this last panel here, you see a face, and in this one here, this is a batarang, and he's holding the batarang. So this is the guy that probably threw the batarang and cut the bat rope, and got Batman to fall down into Crime Alley. So had it not been that someone cut the bat rope. So this is probably the guy that cut the bat rope, and this is the end of issue 609. Yeah, I hope you guys like it. This is a great story by Jeff Loeb, and you see the art. This is a great art by Jim Lee. All right, so I hope you like the flip through of the Batman 609. So you can do any type of medium, any type of video that you want. So I did a flip through. So I hope you guys like the flip through. Yeah, next up you have Attention Seeking Geek. So yeah, go check out his channel. He will be doing issue 610. All right, I will leave his description down below in the description box. And yeah, I hope you guys like it. So this is Batman 609. So if I was to give this a rating out of 10, I would give it a 10. So you got great artwork by Jim Lee, one of the best in the industry. And you also have a great writer, Jeff Loeb. And yeah, this is a beautiful book and a great story. So yeah, go check this out. This is Batman issue 609. And the one I flipped through This is the volume 1. This is a hardcover. And this is a 1995 US. But if you can get cheaper, I would recommend picking this up. Alright guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you over at Attention Seeking Geeks channel for issue 610. Take it easy guys. Bye.